Come on in, everyone. Come on in. Hold on. I just realized that I didn't update this thing here. Come on in. Lord. Welcome, 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 guys. Just when I feel like I have fully prepared for this show, I'm like, oh, damn, I forgot to do one other thing. It's all right. You guys will bear with me. I will add this for the next live. We are getting it together. We haven't recapped Vanderpump Rules on a regular basis. This is our first time, but this is our second live for this season of Vanderpump Rules. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear in the live chat as well. And let me know where you're watching from. And don't forget to drop your crowns, your elephants, and all the emojis. All the emojis. All right. How many people in the building? Damn, we already got almost 200 people watching on YouTube alone. All right. So what's Antor said, Team Raquel. Well, you know what? Antor. Wait, hold on, let me fix these because I want to be able to see, so you guys can be able to see. Let me move this here. Look, we're doing this all live, y'all. We're fixing all these things live. Hey, Haley. Wait, I gotta go back up. Antor says, Team Raquel. Antor, I am not completely against you here. At least not for this particular episode of Vanderpump Rules. And damn these other ladies. Damn these other ladies for making us be a little bit. Anyone else? A little bit on her side this week. And that's only because these other ladies are trash. That's the only reason. Anyways, let me vamp a little bit more to give people an opportunity to come into the room, guys. We're almost at 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. Did I tell you guys that we hit over 300? Now we're at like 303,000 on TikTok. Are you not following us on TikTok? What's wrong with you? Hey, TikTok. And thank you guys so much for the gifts. We're building this Kempire. We're building it. All right, Australia's in the building. I got to get to Australia. Denmark is in the building. What's going on? I missed a bunch of people and where you guys are staying. Hold on. Let me go back up. Houston, what's going on? Charleston's in the house. Send it to Daryl. I didn't get my t-shirt yet, Lala. I know we just ordered it a week ago, literally on live. Seattle, Minnesota. What's going on? Gary, Indiana. All right. Hold on. Hey, Jasmina, she says, I'm here, but it's late Kempire in Sweden. Love you, though. Yeah, what time is it in Sweden? Like 11:30 probably, right? That's one of the next places that I want to go. Well, not one of the next places, because I already booked 2 flights. I'm about to book a 3rd tonight. Stay tuned. I better go do my taxes and worried about flights. What's going on, Mama Allie? Shout out to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them, so be sure to take some time out and say hello to them. Mocha's in the building. Mocha, I hope you call in. I hope you have some time to call in, because last week Mocha called in, but we weren't in the studio. We had a little technical difficulties. It happens every once in a while. But here we are. As you know, I'm also doing a watch of the early seasons, and I get why all of you implored me, said, no, you should watch the older seasons, because it really gives me so much context. That's why if you follow me on Twitter, when I talk about Katie, and Katie this week is like, I will light you up. And I said, girl, when? When have you ever lit anyone up? And Katie is that same energy 10 seasons later. And I'm wondering to myself, how in the hell Katie has survived on this show for this long, being a non-factor. How has she survived this long being so blah? All right. So if you didn't know, as I said to you before, I never got into Vanderpump Rules before. I'm, of course, aware of the side stories. I even know some of the names, okay? But I've been doing a watch of the early seasons, and I'm currently recapping the current season. So during these recaps, I'm going to talk about some of the old seasons because we're doing the recap on Thursday. So Throwback Thursday, we're gonna recap. We're gonna recap some of the past seasons and what I'm watching and giving context to that, to all the Scandival. All right, we do have an update on the Scandival situation. Do I have it in front of me? Where did I do with it? Hold on, y'all. I have way too many windows open. Let me just do that. Let me see if I sent it to myself. Because if I didn't, it's going to be a situation. Okay. Did I send it to myself? Hold on. Let me just... Yes, I did. All right, so I'm also going to give you an update on the whole Scandival situation. I'm going to give you an update on just anything related to Vanderpump Rules, and we're going to talk about the ratings. If the ratings are out when we go live on Thursdays, I'm going to give the ratings. And our friends over at TV Deets did release the ratings for last night's episode of Vanderpump Rules and for Watch What Happens Live. Watch What Happens Live has never seen these types of ratings before. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the crew. Let's be honest. I'm happy for the producers and the crew. Andy, you're making a check regardless. Okay? All right. Where do I start? Okay, I'll briefly talk about some of what I've been watching. So I'm in the middle of season 3. Sister on the Move on TikTok just told me that she's on season 6. And she started when I started. I just don't have enough time. I'm trying to watch all the shows, recap the shows, and watch these older shows. And sometimes I need a break. Sometimes I need a break from the whole Vanderpump universe, especially because the Scandival situation. But honestly, watching season 10 and watching the latest episodes and seeing Sandoval and his look, ain't no good gonna come to you. Ain't no good gonna come to you. I'm seeing the signs about this relationship with Rachel. Okay. So shout out to our friends over on Instagram, the Bravo Babe _. They gave us a nice little rundown and an update on what Kristen recently said, okay, in an interview. And part of me wants to say this, like, girl, you weren't there, so how can you confirm any of this information? Okay, she knows the people. All right. So here are some of the things that Kristen recently spilled on the Vile Files podcast. I think that's what it's, or via, I'm sorry. It was on a podcast, okay? So here are some of the moments that she says. So this is our official Scandival update. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. Okay. So she said this in the podcast. She said Tom Sandoval and Rachel did make out at Coachella. When was Coachella? Can someone give me a marker? Thank you so much. Miss Brown Sugar. Okay, Vile Files. Sounds like Vile Files. Thank you. I wanted to make sure I was able to highlight them, but I couldn't. I can only do so much while we're live. All right. So shout out to them. You know what we do here. We cite our sources. So apparently Tom Sandoval and Rachel did make out at Coachella. Coachella. When was Coachella? Last summer? When was Coachella? April 2022? April 2022. So they're about to celebrate a year of being two-timing dirty heifers. So this relationship has been going on for almost a year. Okay, it doesn't end there though. So apparently, Tom and Rachel did make out at Coachella in April of 2022, allegedly. Tom refuses to leave the home that he shares with Ariana. You may have seen this. Ariana released her first statement since the whole scandal all broke. Let me read her statement before we get into everything else, because I think that's important. And I get why people like Ariana. I really get it now. The more I'm starting to see her, she's so different than the rest of this terrible cast. She's so different, and I get why you guys like her. But again, I'm only on season 3. I met her in season 2, and she was sort of maybe possibly sleeping with Scandal when he was with Kristen. All right. So she says this on, she posted a picture of her from the Mexico trip that she did for her friend's wedding, I believe. So she says this in the post. She says, "Hi, where to begin? I want to express my most sincere gratitude for the outpouring of love and support I have received from friends, family, and people I've never even met in the last 2 weeks. When I have felt like I couldn't even stand, you all have given me the strength to continue and seen me through my darkest hours." Ariana continues and she says, "To say I have been devastated and broken is an understatement. However, I know that I am not in this alone. So many of my closest friends are also grieving this loss right now, and reeling from this from this betrayal on so many levels." Ooh, look. She says, "I am effing lucky to have the best support team in the world, and I hope I can repay every single person for the love you have shown me. What doesn't kill me better run." This is why people like her even more. Look, this is why. Oh, let me like it. Look, let me like it. This is why people like her even more. Again, I'm just getting into the whole Ariana years of her finding, but I already get it why people like her, because in comparison to all these other ladies on the show, she just seems just the most likable, honestly. Okay. And so unlike some of these other people that are in the comments that are on the cast just trying to have a moment, Lala, James Kennedy, all these people are trying to clout chase off of this whole scandal situation, including you, Andy Cohen. Come on. But I get it. This is your business. But all these other Johnny come latelys. Anyways. So Ariana broke, she came out and spoke out and just showed she wanted to say thank you to everyone for showing the love and support that you guys have been showing her. All right. So they continue in regards to what Kristen shared on this podcast. So she says that Tom and Rachel kissed at Coachella. I don't know how she knows this. I don't know how they confirm any of this. Okay. Tom and Rachel did, in fact, kiss on camera. You may recall that there was a rumor that they shared a kiss that was recorded. So they have the nerve to be kissing on camera now? After all this news came out, they're kissing on camera? All right. Tom Schwartz, as well as Sandoval's mom, knew since December about the affair. Not the mom. I need to understand, why does the mom know? But here's the thing. I said this last week. I'm going to say it again this week. I'm not going to hold these people like Schwartz or Tom Sandoval's mom. I mean, maybe her a little bit more. No, just because that's his mother. Come on, you're supposed to teach him between right and wrong. But anyways, I'll leave that alone. He's a grown man. He's about to be 41 years old. This is all on him, and he has a history of doing this. I said this last week. I'm going to say it again this week. You literally see he stayed in that relationship with Kristen until it was all exposed about the cheating. That was the only reason why he left that relationship. And even Kristen has said they should have left 2 or 3 years before they did. I'm on this. Kristen in season 3 is almost like I don't know about her. I don't know about her. Her energy in season 3 is a lot. So more things that came out from this podcast that Kristen did on the Vile Files. They say Tom Schwartz, I already read that, Tom Schwartz and apparently Sandoval's mom knew about this since December. Scheana apparently did not hit Rachel, but did push her. So if you watched the episode last night, a lot of people were pointing out when Rachel was leaving the lake house or whatever, wherever they were staying, when she was leaving, because she had it up to here with Lala and Katie and things like that, they noticed a little darkening under her eye. You remember last week the friends were saying that you already had that darkening under your eye. I don't know if it was a bruise from something else, who knows, but that darkening is there. And you know, on the restraining order against Scheana, she shows these pictures. I don't have the pictures here, but she shows these pictures, including the darkening of the eye, but there's also a scratch above the eye. So, according to Kristen, who wasn't there, but has been filming this season for Vanderpump Rules, she's saying that Scheana did not hit Rachel, but pushed her. I don't think you should be even saying that. Someone shut Kristen up. You shouldn't even be saying that. Any physical contact that you know about, you should not mention, because you're going to jeopardize Scheana and her situation. And Scheana has a kid, right? Or 2 kids? Like, come on. Like, you shouldn't be saying anything when there's a literal legal situation involved. Okay, let's talk about the legal situation. We have a lot to catch up on. Sit back, grab a snack. Guys, and I told you, if we don't get the numbers in here, I'm not going to be doing this recap. Come on now. Okay, let's get those likes up. Let's get some people in the building. Okay, I told you, time. Look, I could be watching the old seasons of Vanderpump Rules right now. I'm just saying. All right. So the legal situation, you may have seen this. Shout out to our some of our favorite legal commentators that cover these Bravo situations. The Bravo docket and Emily D. Baker, they were pointing out in the TRO, the restraining order, that she didn't click off a part of it where it talks about, you know, direct contact and things like that. And they were saying that could be possibly be a loophole. However, there's been a corrected version of the TRO where they cannot have any contact. So that means Rachel can't zoom in. Scheana can't zoom in. That means no contact. She can't have contact through someone else. She can't have contact via Zoom. So she's just gonna mess up this whole reunion for everyone. She's gonna mess up this whole reunion. Do you think that does this mean that there will be no do you think that she will not return, Raquel? Do you think she won't return? Do you even want her to return? Do you think she can even handle the backlash that's coming to her? You saw this recent episode of Vanderpump Rules. I don't know if she can handle what's happening. This Bravo world, she can't handle it. All right. Let me say thank you. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, need to be replay crew at 5:45. Have a great live. Thank you so much, Julie. Sonia, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Scandival's porn stash needs to go. Just saying. I mean, it's so interesting to see the old seasons with him, to see what he looks as like. I mean, moisturization needs to happen, Scandal. I don't know if you moisturize, but you need to. This is only 10 years ago. You shouldn't look that different. Look, just saying. See, good point. TJ says, who will film with her? I mean, there's her boyfriend, her new boyfriend. If this affair has been going on since Coachella, that means what we're seeing, this affair is happening, right? Yeah. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If this affair started during Coachella, April of 2022, this is all happening while they're filming. Look. All right. So some other news came out this week that Lisa Vanderpump wanted to address as well. So I'm just getting into the news first before we get into this episode. All right. All right. So Lisa Vanderpump is responding because there were, if you didn't see it, we did a separate video talking about the liquor license being suspended at Pump and Tom Tom. Okay. And it was allegedly because of serving minors, because of serving intoxicated people. And then another story came out that the landlord of Pump was selling the building, which made a lot of people go, is Pump closing down? Well, according to Lisa Vanderpump, she's saying that no, we are not closing down. She did post this on Twitter. Shout out to our friends over at TV Deets. This is their mock-up. Lisa Vanderpump says, okay, no, Pump Restaurant will be open as normal. Hashtag fake news. Oh, and no, I didn't pay cast members to sleep together for ratings. Hashtag Pump Rules. Because I guess that's a rumor out there. Is the Nat the one who came up with that rumor? That she orchestrated this affair situation? She says they do that on their own. Hashtag fake news. Have a beautiful day, everyone. I wouldn't even believe that. If you watch the older seasons of Vanderpump Rules, you know that these people can be messy on their own. They do not need Lisa Vanderpump. They're adding any funk to the situation. Will she be there to add a little sauce on the situation in the middle of a situation that they've created? Of course. Of course. Thank you, Sister on the Moon, for the roses. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. She's there once they've created the mess. She's all right. She will stir the mess around, but she's not going to create the mess. Okay, she did that on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, L says, yeah, it was the Nat. That's what I figured. And if you don't know who the Nat is, Google. You go to Google Nats and you're like, Kempire, I still can't find it. It's all right. It's all right. So those are some of the things that have been in the Vanderpump Rules news scandal of it all. If you're just joining us, guys, this is only our second official recap of Vanderpump Rules. If you're part of the replay crew, as always, I want to know how you would rate this episode, where you're watching from, and your thoughts on the episode overall. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to go over before we move on? Let's talk about the ratings of this episode. That's a perfect segue. So Bravo is going to be so excited because the live ratings from last night's episode are even better than Real Housewives. Again, shout out to our friends over at TV Deets. They report that episode 6 of season 10 of Vanderpump Rules, it scored a 0.43 in the demo, 18-49. And had over 1,078,000 live viewers. This is a new season high. Okay. And as you know, Katie from Vanderpump Rules was a guest on Watch What Happens Live. And of course, people wanted to see if she was going to spill any tea. And I listened to the clips of the interview. And again, I'm wondering, why is she here? But anyways, we will examine. And they had a new season high too. Watch What Happens Live with over 800,000 viewers. They've never seen those kind of numbers. I mean, they have, but it's very rare. Who's on tonight, who's on tonight for Watch What Happens Live? You're going to see those numbers drop like, I was going to say something dirty, but I won't. This is not Kempire After Dark. Justin says the girls love TV mess. They do. They do. Which is sad because when we talk about shows like Family Karma, that I feel is even more entertaining. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I much rather watch the entire season of Family Karma than what I watched last night on Vanderpump Rules. It was interesting. However, people are they're of course engaged because there's drama. But I always tell you guys, the reason why shows like Family Karma do not continue is because you all feed into the drama instead of really focusing on good entertainment. Even though some of you say, "Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want." But you don't show up for it. You don't watch it. You don't promote it. You don't talk about it. And I have to say, Family Karma this season was their best. Okay? All right. So, yeah. So the ratings are rating. Good for them. All right, let's get into this episode. And I will be dropping the call-in link, guys, for those that want to share their thoughts on last night's episode. So this episode is called Divorce Party Crashers. This is the ladies going to Vegas and then to Lake Havasu for Katie's divorce party. Woo, 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 Katie. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I just want to make sure I got that. Okay. So at the top of this episode, first of all, I know if you listen to the podcast episode that I did with Grace Report on Kempire Radio, I told you like, oh, I like Christina, and Christina saw through Bambi Eyes. What's her name? Rachel. Saw through her mess. So I was like, oh, I kind of like her. And then Grace gave me sort of her history, and then I saw it this week, and I'm looking at Christina like, oh, I don't really like you this week. But I feel like I'm going to do that with this cast of people, okay? Deborah says, Katie has no friends. She's the worst. We will get there. Look, we will get there. All right. So, as you know, last week it ended off with Raquel hooking up with Oliver. We did a recent story where Garcelle says she hasn't seen the episode yet, but she's like, her son's a grown man, so let him do what he does. His wife has come out and says that they were still very much together when he hooked up with Raquel on this show. But is that one and done for Oliver? Are we not going to see Oliver again? No, I guess we will see. No, that's probably it for Oliver. But we will see Garcelle this season on Vanderpump Rules. All right. Oh, I wonder why we're going to see Garcelle. Are we going to be talking more about how he hooked up with Rachel? That's interesting. All right. So this is the aftermath. Apparently, all of them are drunk. Raquel is drunk. They're in, I guess, Lala and Katie's room, and they're in the bed. And Raquel has that moment that they kept on showing over and over again, that where you see Rachel, I can't keep up with these names. Rachel says to Lala, in response to Lala saying that, you know, I don't trust you if you to have one or too many drinks around my man. And she's like, luckily you don't have one. I mean, it was not the best thing to say, especially with everything that we've been seeing play out on the show currently, and then what has played out in regards to Scandal. So it was like the foreshadowing of a situation. Okay. And Lala was like, oh my gosh, why would you say something like that? Oh my God. Mind you, we just found out this season, or did Rachel find out this season that James Kennedy and Lala had hooked up? It was this season she found out, right? See, I'm going to have a hard time because I'm watching the old seasons along with this new season. So look, Did she? Oh, thank you. Yeah. So even though Lala likes to make the excuse, well, that happened over 6 years ago, but I found out this season. I found out a week ago, right before we went on this trip. So excuse me if I don't get over it quickly to find out that the woman that I am associating with and friendly with, that's been in my home, cheated with my then fiance. James Kennedy is trash. We will get there. And it's not even just this episode, just what he said about Rachel's parents. I was like, he is a terrible human being. I'm so shocked that he's lasted this long on the show because he said some terrible things. The worst. Ethel on my TikTok says, meanwhile, Rachel is doing the same thing. All right. So they have that moment. But again, Rachel apparently is drunk. She's eating all the leftovers. She's being messy. So she goes back to her room. Christina goes back to her room and she has one of those galaxy things she took it with her. So like how Robin takes a Bluetooth speaker with her on the Real Housewives of Potomac. She took a galaxy thing for her room and she was playing music and Lala was like, was she playing Taylor Swift? What? It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. I just wondered to myself, when you guys heard that part, did you think of me? Did you think of me? Did you hear this? It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Just wondering. But here's the thing. As soon as Christina gets back to the other girls, they start talking about her. And in that moment, I know all hell to Rachel. However, I'm trying to take this episode like we don't know about what's to come. I'm trying to take this episode as if we don't know what she's doing, but we're looking at these little things that she's saying. So I'm trying to separate everything. I'm trying my best. Okay? And I felt for her because literally she's like, you see her in the corner listening to them make fun of her and be true mean girls. And look, we already know with the history of these women, yes, they have mean girl behavior. I already know. You guys are giving me the cliff notes and I'm watching and I'm seeing it. And I felt for her in that moment because I think she really had let her guard down with them and she felt like, oh, I'm having a good time with them. And only come to find out they're laughing behind her back. And honestly, this Katie and Lala friendship, I don't believe that. I believe that is just for television. I don't believe they see it for each other like that. And based on clips from old seasons, they haven't always seen eye to eye. So to have Lala on your divorce trip, okay, you ain't got one friend. Oh, Christina? And is Christina really your friend? Justin says it's not even mean, it's deranged. Yeah. Mama Allie, thank you so much for the super chat. Mama Allie says, I had a divorce party when mine was finalized. Met my second husband there. Every year I celebrate my divorce anniversary. And it's been 13 years. Oh my God. Wow, that's so interesting. That is so interesting. All right, let me focus. Okay, Barbara says, no, Christina just wants to be back on the show because I remember I'm on those seasons where Christina was introduced as Stassi's like best friend. And that's why I was like, wow, she's still on the show this many years later and Stassi isn't because of the racist thing that she did. All right. So Raquel overhears them talking about her. Okay, because there was a big issue about what she said. And honestly, if someone said that to me, I would hide your man. I would hide my man. Look, I would never leave my man around Raquel or Rachel or Lala. Okay? But Lala's acting as if she's as holier than thou. All of them. James Kennedy, of all people, acting as if Oh, that is so anti-woman. And I'm so glad that everyone else is bringing up in their confessionals that Lala really is bothered that Oliver hooked up with Rachel and not her. Because it makes complete sense. And Lala, I find it so interesting. You know, at the end of the episode when they go to BJ's and she's like, "Oh, those guys are my vibes." So in Vegas, Oliver was your vibe. Now these other black guys from LA are your vibe. So I have a question. How did this happen? How did this happen? You and Randall. Oh, was it this? Was it this? I, and he was married. I mean, she denies knowing that he was married at the time when they got together. We remember last week we were talking about, she said that, you know, he missed that, you know, her kinky ways, you know, when she stopped drinking. And then I was like, oh wait, he said that? And I said, oh, I see why she had to drink. I can say that because he's trash. Look, he's trash, and all the allegations against him. Oh, she had a baby by him too, right? Oh. All right. We're not going to stay there, y'all. We're not going to stay there. If you're just joining us, this is our new recap. But like I said, if y'all don't show up, I'm not doing this recap. I will do a pre-record and put it out. But if y'all show up, I will continue to do our Vanderpump Rules recap for season 10, where I'm going to mix up all of the news that's coming out from this whole Scandival situation and some previews of my rewatch, not rewatch, my first watch of Vanderpump Rules, the early seasons, and how it's giving me context for the new season. All right. So we move on from that scene. Raquel overhears them talking about her. She goes back to her Galaxy and Taylor Swift music in the back. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. So the next day, Lala is like, can you believe she said that? She's such a liability. And then in Raquel's confessional, because they have a conversation the next day about the whole, you know, what she said. And she's like, you know, I'm so sorry. You know, I haven't really been on a girls trip and blah, blah, blah. In her confessional, though, she's like, she is a textbook hypocrite. And I agree with Rachel. I agree with her. Honestly. Because as soon as I'm watching, I'm like, you, Lala, are such a hypocrite. Like, you're such an obvious hypocrite. And I feel like you can support Ariana, but also at the same time, be like, I mean, I can't judge her because of, you know, what I've been through. And we're not even talking about the Randall situation. We're talking about the James Kennedy situation. Oh, it happened 6 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 6 years ago, but I just found out about it. So for me, I'm just finding out about this. So for me, it's brand new. So for me, you haven't grown. Just saying. Okay. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. I see you guys. DD says Lala is the liability. And I hear that, and they showed some clips in this new episode that Lala, you know, when she used to drink, she used to say and do some things that were terrible. Okay. And honestly, I don't feel like what Raquel did while she was drunk was as bad as Lala. I just wouldn't keep my man around her. Just saying. All right. Tom Schwartz and Scheana have a moment. So, you know, I'm on the fence with Scheana. I don't know how I feel about Scheana. I don't know how I feel about, because I always get these pick me vibes from Scheana. And I don't know what it is. I just feel like the group has never accepted her. And when they've accepted her, she kind of gives off this vibe of, just like, oh, just so needy to be a part of the girls group. And I thought it would be different in season 10, but no, it's still the same thing that they're not including her in this girls group. Girl, I just need you to have your own group. Be your own person. And maybe Maybe she does get there in certain seasons. I will see. I will let you guys know. But she's meeting up with Schwartz and doubling down on trying to get Schwartz over Katie. So she's not trying. She is not trying at all to be friends with Katie, which I don't blame her, because why you would even want to be friends with Katie? Like I said to you before, what you should do is create your own girl group, like your girl group. But you were besties with Ariana. So why was Ariana going on this trip without you? I know she ends up leaving, but you know what I mean? Not to say she should force Ariana to be, stay with her. But you know what I mean? I just feel like if that's your best friend, I'm like, well, if my best friend's not coming, I'd much rather go somewhere with my best friend. Hold on. Elle says, I want to like Scheana, but she's annoying and desperate. Okay, so it's not just me. So I'm picking up the vibes correctly as I'm watching this season and as I'm watching season 10 at the same time. Haley says that Katie is a true mean girl. Hold on, let me bring it up. Is a true mean girl. So nasty to others, which is so interesting to me. We'll get there. So Tom Schwartz and Scheana meet up with this. I guess she's like a stylist organizer. She's trying to help him get over Katie. So this is not going to help her and Katie's possible friendship. Okay. So they're going through all of his things. Some of those things are memories of him and Katie. Look, I'm just starting to see Katie and Schwartz's relationship from the early seasons. They seem like so awkwardly perfect for each other. Anyone else? They seem perfect for each other. And and a lot of you said they should have never gotten married. But in my mind, based on what I've seen in the early seasons so far and what I see in season 10, I'm like, they are perfect for each other. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. They are perfect for each other. They're quirky and weird. Schwartz is. Here's the thing about Schwartz, and I know some of you do not like Schwartz, and there's probably reasons. Probably in season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I will get there. And one of the things I didn't like about him, from what I've seen in season 1 to 3, the aggressiveness of pouring alcohol on women. So I kind of look at him like, you're weird. That's strange. It's oddly aggressive, especially towards a woman. But there's also something about Schwartz that seems harmless. But again, I haven't seen season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. But even in season 10, he seems like this quirky, weird, but seems like a nice guy. Of course, nice guys in relationships aren't always nice to their partners or works with their partners. Just saying. But even in season 10, it seems as if she misses this man. And she misses her best friend. She says this. I miss my best friend. That's what she said. And I was like, oh, whoa. Damn. Jay Hill says Schwartz is so unattractive. Are you talking about physically, or are you talking about his personality? I can see why a certain person would not like his personality, because he doesn't have that. Like for Katie, she says in this episode that she really wants a partner, someone that she can rely on. I can see his immaturity. Velda says Katie bullies Schwartz. Look, all right. Let me look. I've been talking already. How long have I been talking, y'all? 40 something minutes. So let me get through this episode. So Schwartz is meeting with this organizer. It was a cute little scene. Again, this is not going to help the relationship with Scheana and Katie, but who needs that relationship? Scheana, girl, did you need me to start watching this from before and recapping this from years ago so we could get you your own girl group for the show? Because I want to root for you, but the pick me is turning me off. It's turning me off. But you should be your own person. Like, you're an OG. You had LVP in your lap. You know what I mean? Like, why are you sort of sucking up to anybody? Like, you're part of the reason why this show started, mistress. Oh. Can they still see me? Oh, y'all still here? Okay. Rafil. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna ruin your name right now. Rafilo. Apologize. She says, I'm sorry, but I'm Team Scheana. That's fine. But you know who I'm team? Team Kempire. True Tori says Scheana is a snake. Okay, I'm gonna keep watching, y'all. I'm gonna really try and catch up this weekend. So stay tuned. All right. Nima says, and I agree with this, Nima. She says Scheana was trying to stick it to Katie planning boys' night, but it backfired because the boys' night is where Sandoval and Raquel began. Is that where it began? Was that before Coachella? Nima? Do we know? Naima? Sorry. Is that where it began? Look. Do you know something, Naima? Okay. Moving on. So we have that cute little scene. And again, this is where I like the scene. It was cute. Let's move on. It's not worth digging into. So the girls drive to Lake Havasu, and this is where Raquel has an anxiety attack in the back seat. But before she has the anxiety attack, she's talking about James Kennedy and, you know, one of their like last big blow ups. And it was when she went to go see her parents, and he talked so much crap about her father. I was like, he said that about your father? How were they together much longer after that? I know she talked about leaving him, but did she stay? He was, I mean, he is a terrible human being. He said the word. He said, what did he say about the father? He said the father was miserable because he's with that fat B, her mom. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't believe that someone would say something like that, especially your partner. He's a nasty human being. I can't. When she said that. Well, anyways. So all of a sudden she starts crying, and then she has like this anxiety attack, which reminded me about Schwartz's anxiety attack from season 3, and how Lisa Vanderpump called him a. And I was like, wait, he had an anxiety attack. Why are people coming down on him for having an anxiety attack at work? And I know this is a few years ago, but I'm just sort of like, well, still, that still sounds very mean if someone's having a psychological situation happen. I'm still not over that. It sticks out of my mind. And a lot of you said she never apologized for that. Well, Lisa, I need you to apologize in season 10's reunion. If we are digging up old episodes of Vanderpump Rules and firing people, you need to apologize for that, Lisa Vanderpump. She called him the P word for having an anxiety attack. Just saying. Anyway. Barbara says, because LVP didn't believe him. Well, did we have any reason not to believe him? I'll keep watching. J Hill says, how do you know so many details, Kempire, but didn't follow the show? Because I'm watching and people are giving me cliff notes. Okay, Elephant Brain is on. Yes. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so back to this. Guys, you're just joining us. We are talking about the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules, along with some flashbacks. Okay. And of course, we are talking about some of the news that's going on in the room. As I said to you guys before, we just started doing the recaps. So stay tuned. We're going to continue to, it's still early in the season. This is only episode 6. The cameras are back up trying to capture all of the fallout from Scandival. All right. Okay. Administrator says, yes, Lisa was so inappropriate. Mama Allie says, yeah, he didn't want to work. I didn't see where that came out, where he didn't want to work. He literally said he had an anxiety attack. So I'm going to take him at his word. Oh, Taisha says, anxiety attack and being overwhelmed is not the same thing. Schwartz was lazy those first seasons. Here's the thing. Anxiety attacks, I'm I'm gonna take him at his word because so many people like to downplay someone's anxiety as if it doesn't exist. So I'm gonna take him at his word that he had an anxiety attack and had to leave the job. It just stood out to me. Anyway, speaking of the anxiety attack, so Rachel has this anxiety attack in the back, and the girls are like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" They really show up for her finally after talking about her. But some of you don't believe the anxiety attack. Very much like this, like Schwartz. Y'all don't believe her anxiety attack. And then some of you feel like the anxiety attack is connected to the whole Scandal situation. But did you guys notice at the end of the episode with Tom Sandoval? I'm paying attention to his facial expressions and how he looks at Rachel when she arrives to the boys' night. We'll get there. All right, let me move a little bit quicker. So she has that anxiety attack in the back. All right. Raquel says that she lost her identity in James, and this is where everything leads up to the anxiety attack. She says she lost her identity in James. She's when people ask her, like, who are you now? She's like, I don't know. And honestly, that's, to me, it's still very common for someone that gets into these, especially in a relationship with a narcissist, like James Kennedy. I can imagine. And Allie, that's with him now, she's gonna get lost in him too. I see her ending up very much like Rachel. Maybe not sleeping with someone else's man, but just as lost. But that's how he likes them. I was shocked that Kristen and he dated in season 3. I was like, really? I thought you liked them young and dumb. But this maybe after Kristen, that's what he wanted, a young and dumb after Kristen. Just saying. All right. So she has a panic attack. Okay. So we are introduced to another person, someone that I haven't met yet. I know a lot of you already knew who she was, but at first I wasn't sure how I felt about Charlie. But is Charlie like really good friends with Rachel? Because I felt like she was so supportive of Rachel in this episode. I like her. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about her because as soon as she came in, she shaded Christina and her lip balm. I was like, who's this mean girl? That's how I initially felt. But I was so glad that later that night when they were having dinner as a group and Lala tried to bring up the whole, Raquel hooking up with Oliver and what she said. She's like, I don't care. I don't care about that. It's what you said that really bothered me about if you had a man, you don't have a man. And Charlie was like, you know what? I'm glad that she's finally sticking up for herself. And I was like, I didn't see that coming. Are they friends? Because she was more of a friend to Rachel than she was to Katie. And wasn't she there for Katie's divorce party? Okay. Oh, okay. Heather says they started at the restaurant together, so they became friendly. Okay, so that makes sense. Nikia says she for me saved the episode, and not even just the episode, their scenes, because Lala is entertaining, but if we had to watch Katie and just Christina, Charlie saved the day. And I didn't love to see the dynamic that was developing already with these girls being mean girls towards Rachel. And I get it. I think we're all on this page of like, we know what Rachel did, but at the same time, we can't stand what these girls are doing to Rachel. So we're so conflicted. And it's just like, I have to separate what we know with the whole Ariana and Tom Sandoval situation. We have to separate ourselves from that. And then we have to separate ourselves from that and then just take this episode as it is. I'm trying. But But I like Charlie there, she's like, no, I'm glad. I'm happy that she's, standing out, stepping out for herself. Okay. But that comes later. Tom and Tom. So they're, remember last week they were talking with Lisa Vanderpump about them possibly divesting from Tom in order to take over Schwartz and Sandy from Craig. So they're on the fence about that. They're on the fence about that. We shall see what they end up deciding to do. At this point, Lisa Vanderpump might want them to divest intentionally because of the backlash. It's been affecting their business. Has it been affecting the business? Anyone go to Tom Tom's recently? I know that she said last night that it was going to be open, even though. Wait, does that mean that they figured out their suspended license? Are they open, not serving alcohol? Tess says, I'm a fan of Pasta Girl. And I know who that is. Isn't Pasta Girl Charlie? And she said she had pasta for like the first time. And she was like 20. I don't know. All right. You guys will let me know in the chat. All right, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but your channel as well. More Vanderpump Rules fans will follow the channel because they don't know. Like, Kempire doesn't recap that, so I'm not following him. Well, now we are, and they may not know. So be sure to like the video. Be sure to share the video. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. All right. TJ says, Ariana is all class and maturity on this show since day one. All right. So that says to me, it doesn't change. Justin says, a bar with no liquor. How dreadful. Literally, I know one like that here in New York. It might have changed. They may have gotten their liquor license back. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I don't drink. So I'm there for the entertainment and the fun. Just saying. All right. Let me hurry up because I know some of you want to call in and share your thoughts, guys. First, for our members of the channel, shout out to our members. Shout out to a bunch of you that are celebrating anniversaries. Kara celebrating 9 months. She says, I see Lala as owning what she's done. It takes one to know one. I think she was warning Rachel about the type of behavior because she knows better now. Okay, maybe. I think you're giving her way more credit. Lisa Duffy, thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. Lisa says, Katie is my fave and terribly misunderstood. Really? I mean, that's fine. I can see why people might like Katie, but I don't. Linda, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Sonia, thank you so much for the super chat. Sonia says, Rachel has been in the corner quietly plotting on everyone. She's no dumb girl. Kinesio style. Oh, I can't even pronounce the word at this point, y'all. It's late and I haven't eaten dinner yet. Degree isn't the easiest to. Also, that's her. Oh, that's her degree and she's serving drinks. Okay. Okay. My TikTok chat says Katie's boring. Rockstar says, I agree. I love Katie. Really? Look, all right. Someone just asked if I would do a happy hour. I mean, I'll do a happy hour. I won't be drinking. I might have a sip of something, but I'm not a drinker. Okay. The Heather says, I do not like her. All right, let me focus. So Tom and Tom have that conversation about, whether they should divest from Tom because they wanted to get, ownership, more majority ownership of their new restaurant. We will revisit their restaurant in a second. So the girls go out to this dinner, and this is where they talk about what happened the night before with Oliver. She shows a picture of exactly. Random info says, it's a big word for PE teacher. You know what? Just say. Paige says, thanks for adding VPR, Kempire. You're welcome. All right, for now. Just saying, I might have commitment issues. Stay tuned. Okay. All right. Someone said sip on it. You know what? All right. So they have this dinner. The girls go out to dinner, and this is where they talk about what happened, what Raquel said. And Raquel's just like, don't sit there and act all innocent, Lala. You slept with a married man. I mean, where's the lie? But of course, Lala gets very defensive, so defensive that she gets up from the table. But this is not before they do a little back and forth. She brings up, you slept with my boyfriend. She's like, that was 6 years ago. Then you were with a married man. And then she says, Lala says in her confessional, um, Randall has not had to answer to these comments about infidelity and things like that, like I have, which is true. A lot, we were just talking about this on the podcast with Grace Report, and she was just saying this too, that a lot of times when it comes to infidelity, it's the women answering for the infidelity and not the man. Because look at what we're talking about. The majority of people having conversations, yes, they're slamming Tom Sandoval, but they are also, I think they're slamming Rachel more than anything, right? I don't feel like people are slamming him a lot. But in that moment, that's when Charlie shows up and saves the day for that scene. Her commentary. And she basically, and I'm kind of glad that Charlie supported Rachel in that moment instead of dogging her, because it was already like all these girls on her. Even though we know what we know, I'm trying not to think about what we know about Rachel. Okay? All right. So we have that. All right. And at one point, the fight turns into, Raquel's like, I didn't, hook up with, because Katie was mad. I didn't hook up with Schwartz. And Katie was like, that's because Schwartz turned you down. And I was like, touche. She has a point. But here's where you lost me, Katie. Look, Katie was like, I could literally light your ass up for what you did. And I'm new to watching the show, but I said, Katie, you are not that girl. You are not that girl, no matter how hard you try. When you said it there and when you said it on Watch What Happens Live, I said, you are not that girl. No. But last week I was defending Katie. I was like, no. First of all, I don't know why you are still interested in hooking up with Schwartz when you literally heard from Katie's mom, how this divorce is affecting her, and she doesn't need to hear about you trying to hook up with her now, soon to be ex-husband. They're still married at this point. And remember, I said to you, I only have a psychology degree. However, I'm not an expert. I'm not diagnosing Rachel. But I was like, does anyone else feel like there's a little bit of a sociopath? Did you guys remember her reaction when the mom was crying and talking about, hearing her daughter cry over this relationship and marriage? I was like, there's something. I'm paying attention to her facial expressions and body language. There's something off. There's something off about Rachel. I was like, Katie, come on now. Anyways. Yeah, so let's move on from that conversation, because I know you guys want to call in and share your thoughts. We have over 800 people watching on Facebook and on YouTube, and we have quite a few of you watching on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. We appreciate you all taking some time out of your day. But shout out to the replay crew. I understand some of you are coming off of work, some of you are going out for after hours drinks, and you watch this a little bit later on. That's okay. Replay crew, we want to hear where you guys are, watching from. We want to know how you would rate this episode. I also want to hear your thoughts on the episode overall. All right. How are you guys rating this episode? Not bad. 69% of you so far have voted. And if you haven't voted already, be sure to vote. Voted this episode between 7 and 10, 69% of you. Okay. Thank you, Mama Ali. Mama Ali says it's pronounced kinesiology. Thank you. Meaning physical motion of the body, i.e. physical education. Thank you. Kinesiology. There we go. I probably will not remember that, but thank you. Thank you for the super chat. You said the same thing. Okay. Thank you. Shout out to our King Scars, guys. If you haven't said hello to them, please say hello. Take some time out of your day. All right. Okay. Back to this. So we had that conversation. All right. the night at dinner. So that dinner already, Charlie starts encouraging Rachel that maybe you should just go and be with Scheana and all them, as opposed to staying here with these women if you're not feeling comfortable. So she packs up and decides to leave, and then she goes to the other girls and tells them. And of course, that leads to a back and forth between Lala and Rachel. I did find it. See, here's the thing. That conversation between Rachel and Lala, I'm like, whatever. They're saying the same thing. But did you guys notice I don't know if it's bruising, but there was a darkness under her eye. We talked about this earlier. There was some darkness under Rachel's eye. So a lot of people thought when she submitted all of the pictures of her fight with Scheana for the restraining order, that maybe she was referring to that, and her friend said that was there already. And now we have literal video evidence that was there already, but there were also scratches above that. I mean, this might work out for Sheena's case. Kristen, you need to shut up, though. I'm just saying, Kristen, you can't say, but she shoved her, though. Shut up. You could ruin people's lives with just because you want to clout chase off of this whole situation. Shut up. Nobody asked you to make a statement. And homegirl, you weren't even there. Why is she talking? Like, this is a serious situation. This is a restraining order. Now they've led this into a legal situation. They don't need you talking. Okay. Becca says darker under eye equals makeup. I mean, on one side, look. On one side? I'm just saying. Did I pull the picture up here? No, I didn't pull it up here. I wanted to show it to you guys, and it's on my phone. But if you follow me on TikTok, I posted the picture there, or on Instagram. So there was some darkness under the eye. It will be interesting to see how far this goes. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people are concerned that this is going to affect the reunion, that Scheana will not be at the reunion, or that means Rachel will not be at the reunion. Honestly, Andy, LVP, Scheana doesn't need to be at the reunion. Does Scheana need to be at the reunion based on what we're talking about this season so far? I mean, I want all of them at the reunion, but if I had to choose between the two, I'm just saying, I'd much rather Rachel be there to answer for all the things that play out during the season in this affair than Scheana. What is Scheana going to do? Chime in? Like, oh, you are a terrible person. Okay, girl, we have enough people on this cast that can do that. We don't. I mean, I would like for Scheana to be there, but if I had to choose between the two, we need Rachel in the building. Like, I need her in the building, not zooming in. Deborah says as long as Scheana gets her money. Well, yeah, I'm sure they'll still pay her. They're like, well, Scheana, but here's the thing. What's going to happen for next season? Do you guys even want to hear from Rachel next season? Replay crew, I want to know your thoughts too. Oh, before I forget, let me drop the call-in link. Hold on, y'all. Let me drop the call-in link for members first. For those of you that aren't members, let's get to, how many people are in the building? I don't even know how many people. We're almost 900 people. Let's get to 500 likes. Let's get to 500 likes. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but your channel as well. If you are a member of the channel, I am going to drop the call-in link on the community tab on YouTube. Okay? Because last week we didn't get callers, so I don't want to spend too much of my time talking. And I've already been talking for over an hour. But like I said, the standout moments for me, and I feel like the reason why people are even watching this episode, because Andy Cohen hyped it up. Didn't he hype it up? He was like, guys, you're going to believe like We edited this episode, and no, this all just, and I'm literally like looking and waiting for the moment that he's talking about, but we should know better by now. We should know better by now that he hypes these things up and we're like, oh, it falls flat. Because we literally saw, I'm guessing, the moment that he's talking about in the preview about what she says. So I'm just waiting for like that. I'm just like, and I think that's part of the reason why they got over 1 million views this week. And according to our friends over at TV Deets, the last time they got a season 8, I think their season finale. Evelyn says that Andy clickbaited it, but he does it all the time, and we fall for it all the time. I didn't fall for it. I was gonna watch the episode regardless because here we are, we're recapping it, so I'm watching it. But every time he says it, he does it too much that I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. There was nothing in that episode. If I had to rate the episode, I know a lot of you are rating it between 7 and 10. I mean, Charlie for me really made the episode. She made me laugh. I probably would rate it maybe like a 6 or 7. A 6 or 7. It wasn't their best because Katie's divorce party, Katie hitting the piñata of Schwartz was weird. And I know women have done that before, and I haven't found it weird before. But then when she says that she wishes she could really do it. Look, she could really do it. And then she wanted to turn it into a voodoo doll. I said, this chick. I know my intuitive nature is there for a reason. Because I was just like, there's something off about them in this piñata. And the party was lame. This divorce party was lame. Lame. All right. I'm sorry. I forgot to drop the call-in link. All right. Royal Court members and senior royals, I'm dropping it for you first. If you are a Team Kempire member, I will be dropping it for you. Not dropping it for you. Dropping the call-in link for you next. Live chat. Once we get to 500 likes, I'll be dropping the call-in link for you so you can share your thoughts on the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules. But replay crew, as always, I want to hear your thoughts on this episode and if we should keep recapping it, because I don't know. Playing hard to get. Okay. All right. Let me go over the other parts that I want to talk about. So Tom and Ariana, because Ariana talks about losing Charlotte, her dog that she's had for like half her life. She talks about that. And first of all, she couldn't leave the house after that, but she does come out to be a part of this sort of like taste testing thing. The food looked good, but Tom and Tom are always worried when they meet with Craig because they don't know what they're going to get from Craig. And I have to say, Craig knows what he's doing, but I'm still always shocked that after all these years of working in a restaurant business and then being a partner in Tom Tom, that these guys don't know what they're doing. Still. But I like seeing, these are the aspects of Vanderpump Rules that I enjoy, is seeing the actual building of a business. And I kind of wish they gave us a little bit more balance about that, as opposed to all of the sensationalism. And I get it. They got to get the ratings. Look, I'm not a producer, so I just feel like people eventually get desensitized to the constant drama on this show, which was happening until recently because no one expected this type of drama. Like, whoa, not this 10-year relationship. This girl's going to come in and she was besties with them. Yup. Look, yup. Look, yup. TJ, don't give them ideas. She says Rachel should hold out for more money next season. Storm says the guy seems like they've damaged too many brain cells. Shan says they make owning a restaurant look terrible. Well, first of all, owning a restaurant is not easy. It's not an easy task. But damn. Like they've been working in the restaurant business for like 10 years. And even when you've been working in it for a very long time, you're not going to necessarily be great at it. But dang, and right now with all this drama, it's not really doing anything for their business. So sidebar, they were saying that Tom Schwartz is filming for Winter House, and so is Brian from Family Karma. Do you guys watch Winter House? I mean, I can't even get into Summer House, so I don't know if I can even do Winter House. Just saying. Okay. All right. What else did I want to talk about? So they have the tasting there, and the food sounds good. Ariana likes the food. Okay. They had that pinata scene. Don't care about it. Charlie, and which I found to be interesting. Anyone else found this to be interesting? The fact that Charlie left with Rachel, and she actually came there for Katie's party. And Lala points out, she's like, "You need to watch out for Charlie. The fact that she would do this, and she's leaving with Rachel." I thought that too. I was like, who is your loyalty to that you're literally leaving? I mean, I'm happy she left with her, but I was sort of like, that's interesting. That's weird. Okay. Storm says Winter House and Summer House feel like Bravo's attempt at Real World. Well, it's failing. It's not working for me. At least not for me. But people watch it. Like I said to you before, I will get into the new spinoff that's supposedly coming, where it's going to be Martha's Vineyard with an all-black cast. I'm going to get into that. And then maybe I will venture. Look, I'm venturing into Vanderpump Rules, and you guys thought I would never do that. And here we are. Begrudgingly, but here we are.
That's really upsetting to me, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that.
Just saying. Okay. Shout out to our King's Guards, guys. Don't forget to send some love to them. Diana's reminding you guys we are only 21 likes away from 500, and then I'll drop the call-in link for the general audience. However, we got plenty of people backstage. Shout out to all the members that want to call in and share their thoughts. So we're going to get to some callers. Let me just share my last couple of thoughts. So Scheana hosts Boys Night. So they didn't mind Scheana coming there. She needed to host the scene. She needed to be seen because the girls did not invite her to Las Vegas and to Lake Havasu. Scheana invites, and James Kennedy didn't know this was happening because he just agreed with his girl, Allie, that he was going to not be around Raquel as much anymore. Well, Raquel and Charlie show up. But did you guys pay attention to, first of all, before they even show up, I forgot what he said. There was something that Tom said that made me go, Oh, it's because Tom knew that Rachel and Charlie had left Lake Havasu early. And I was like, how'd you know that? I'm just asking. And then I paid attention to his reaction to when they showed up. Just paying attention. Exactly. B. Hustler says on my TikTok, Tom Sandoval hugged Rachel first. Okay. All right. So she's hosting Boys Night, and then Rachel. This is how they end the episode. Rachel and Charlie arrive. But before the episode ends, we have that scene of the ladies and their boring divorce party goes to BJ's. And then we take a look at BJ's, and not one cute guy is in sight. But then Lala's vibe, according to her vibe, these black guys come walking in. And then she tells them to come and sit over. So I got a couple of questions. First off, there was not a cute guy in sight, at least not to me, except the waiter. Did you guys see the waiter? The waiter was the only cute guy in that building. And he was yum tea. Okay. So the waiter was cute. We could barely see the black guys because they had the one had the bucket hat on with the sunglasses. I was like, can we get a good view of these guys? So he takes his sunglasses. I was just like, really? But that guy, why is it that Lala seems to be attracted to always the...
How you doing?
Because isn't the Abbey a gay bar? He says, I always go to the Abbey. Isn't the Abbey a gay bar, or am I wrong? I don't go. I'm not from California, but I thought that the Abbey was a gay bar. Look, can you guys let me know? And Sister on the Move says yes. So as soon as he said the Abbey, she should know this too. Lala. He said the Ivy. I thought he said the Abbey. Someone said he said the Ivy. Oh no, I have my captions on. They said it's in the West and it's in West Hollywood. Because my caption said the Abbey. He said the Abbey. Okay, look. Are we gonna do this again now? She always seems to go for the guy that's a little. Remember, we were just talking about this last week with that other guy. Brooklyn Star said, who still goes to the Ivy? Okay, come on now. Okay, Kara says, I thought he said the Abbey. Nikki says the Abbey is a gay bar, but the Ivy is not. It tracks if it's the Abbey, because that's what I thought when I first saw him. And the other guy, remember the other guy she went on that double date with Katie with? And I said, remember she saw him at that party? And I was just like, Lala, you sure? I think he might be. But anything to be on television, because I'm sure he's in Hollywood to be an actor of some sort. Libra says, I'm straight, but visit the Abbey with my gay friend. Yeah, but that's different. He made it seem like he goes to the Abbey by himself all the time. Hey, girl.
How you doing?
I mean, I always tell my straight male friends, you should have more gay friends, though. It would help you with the ladies. But I had to come here and ask you guys. I was like, I thought the Abbey was gay. I've never been, but I've always heard of it. But here's the thing, like when I went to Denmark, they have gay bars, but it's so inclusive in Denmark that a lot of straight people, guys and girls. Remember when I went to the oldest gay bar? If you follow me on Instagram, I went to the oldest gay bar. You would never know it was a gay bar besides the whole Christmas situation that was going on. I was like, somebody gay did this. But there were plenty of girls in there, and I think straight men. So I thought to myself, man, maybe the Abbey's like that. But I'm like, that's America. So no. Justin says super gay. You know what? All right. There were plenty of people waiting backstage, and we have hit our goal of over 500 likes. I'm going to drop the call and link, guys. If you're just joining us, we are just starting to get into Vanderpump Rules, and we will be doing a recap Thursdays in the evening. So set your reminders. Some of you may not know that we've been doing this. We just started last week. All right. So we're going to continue to do this. Maybe. Look, maybe. I told you I have commitment issues. Okay. All right. Let's get to some callers. All right. Let me switch this out. Ooh. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me switch out. All right. And again, yes, thank you, Diana. Diana's reminding you guys the opinions of the callers do not represent myself, the LLC, our sponsors, or Google. I mean, who cares about Google? I mean, I do, but you know what I'm saying. All right. Let's get to some callers. Because I do want to hear what you guys have to say about this episode. I am going to give everyone a time limit, though. Everyone is getting a time limit so that I can go have dinner. It is 7:00 here in New York. Just saying. All right. Yes, thank you to my mods on all platforms that are modding for me. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to bring up Mama Allie first. Hold on. Hey, Allie.
Hello.
How are
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was afraid I was going to miss tonight because I had a dentist appointment. Did not have to miss, so I am not high on drugs right now. But it was a close one. But no, I was just calling because a couple of things. The whole Raquel with the black eye thing,
Yeah.
I want to know from someone, does she have asthma or allergies or something
Oh,
like that?
you said that.
Because if she does, that is something that, because I'm severely asthmatic,
Mm-hmm.
I have chronic, it's quote, black eye syndrome. And it looks like I have chronic black eyes because
Oh.
the oxygen level getting to me. And so I'm just curious about that. Like, that's just
Well, Allie,
a
don't give her
question.
ideas.
Well, and that's
If
just
it's not
a
the truth, I
question.
mean, look, we're learning something, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's just a question because that could be something that, if she does have it, she could totally kind of warp that into her own little story. But to be honest, it's just a health issue,
Yeah.
It's nothing big. And then I just wanted to let you know, if you have any questions about my divorce anniversary and party, you can ask because I'm totally fine answering questions. But yes, I did have a big party. We had a cake where the groom or the bride was taking the groom out to the trash can, is what my cake looked like. And I did meet my current husband there. After 2 years of dating, we got married, but yeah, we
What?
did. We did.
Wow. Well, congrats. I mean, I love that. I love that the divorce party turned into a celebration of a new chapter with your current husband.
Exactly. So it's not all bad.
Not all,
It's not all bad.
not all,
I,
but I'm sure you weren't doing a piñata and then wishing a voodoo doll from him.
I do have a voodoo doll. I do
Goodbye,
not have a
Allie.
pinata.
Goodbye. Bye. Okay. All right. I want to get to some more callers, guys. Again, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I'm going to bring up Mocha. What's going on, Mocha? Finally.
Hi. So pretty much what I wanted to say last week happened in this episode, so that was awesome.
Oh.
But I think for me, like, why is nobody really putting blame on Tom? Right? He's the one who's the older one in this situation. He's picked Raquel up after the fact that she's just had this big thing between her and James end.
Yeah.
So she probably wasn't even in the mental space to really be even looking for somebody new. Because they always reckon it takes you half the time to get over the relationship you were in. So should she have even really been looking? She should have been looking at herself and trying to get herself situated, not looking for another person.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't like what she did to her friend at the end of the day. But none of these people have moral high ground to stand on either. Like, they're all sitting there saying all these horrible things, but they're the ones who are doing it. And, like, even with Lala, you did what you did. Whether you knew you were a mistress or not, you were. And unfortunately, that's how people have perceived you, because that's what you've put out. But just own it. If you say, like, oh, I own everything, then own that you did. No, like, if you don't care, you don't care. Because, like, I did some questionable things in my early 20s. And I own it because, like, I did what I did. I'm not ashamed of it. I made mistakes and I learned. And everyone who's, like, says these things but doesn't take accountability, that's your fault, not everyone who's perceiving it. That's what you're giving people to say, well, that's how you look.
Yeah.
If you don't give it to people, people can't question it. And, like, this whole mean girl behavior is so disgusting. Like, these are people who are grown, who have their own families, and you're still acting like you're 12. Like, where's the sense? But you wouldn't want people doing that to you or your kids in the future, like, especially because they're all in that stage of life.
Yeah.
So it's quite horrible, but thank you.
Thank you, Mocha. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right. We have a long line, so let me get to the callers, guys. Again, if you want to hear me unpack Vanderpump Rules, the history with Grace Report, listen to the latest episode of Kempire Radio, and the video version will be coming out. I'm hoping for tomorrow. Look, stay tuned. I got a lot of things on my plate, But be sure to check that out. That will be on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel, so you can see some of our visuals there. So be sure to subscribe to that and subscribe to our Schwartz channel, Kempire Schwartz. All right, enough of that. Brooklyn Star, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Don't stop my timer yet, because I want to ask a question before you do.
Go ahead.
When they saw Oliver, was it at Vanderpump's restaurant, or they just seen him in Vegas? Because I have a theory.
They saw him at Vanderpump's restaurant originally, and then he met them at that disco situation later.
Okay, so here goes my theory. You can start a timer. Okay, Raquel been sleeping with Tom. Okay, because you know why? I did a little investigating, okay, because it's been bothering me, the timeline. She posted him on her IG at Coachella, April 17th. Vanderpump restaurant wasn't officially open until April 22nd. That's when Oliver started working there. He has on his page in August 2022 that they filmed something with all the ladies from Vanderpump Rules. So that was in August. So Raquel's been sleeping with Tom since April, okay, in Coachella. And that's why she left Havasu to go crash the guys thing, because they were already messing around. That was around August, okay? So you go look at Oliver's IG and you look at Raquel's IG and you could piece it together, okay? Okay, I think I've solved the case. So she's been sleeping with that dude. That's what I think. And also, a mother always knows before you. Always. The situation happened to me, not with a friend or anything like that. I had more of a Martell and a Melanie situation. And that's why I quit dating your country people. Okay. I was engaged. Okay, let me tell you. And his mother told him, don't tell her until after you guys get married. Honey, I am the original track star. Okay, runner and a track star. The happiest day of my life, because I got to curse her the entire hell out, and I would have never been happier. Okay, but yeah. So the mother always know, and their job is to always protect their son. So never be surprised that the mother knows. They always do.
Damn.
But, yeah, but go check out those IG pages and connect the dots like I did. Yeah.
Wow. All right, Brooklyn Star, thank you for that. I love when you guys call and share your personal information too. I'm more interested in that tea than any of what we're watching. Wow. All right. Okay. All right. Moving on. Rasani's up next. Hold on. What's going on, Rasani?
Hey, Kempire. How's it going?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good. First, I want to defend Katie a little bit because I think you're coming down a little bit too hard on Katie.
Okay.
Even like, was it last week's episode or the week before when she slapped the person's or pushed the person's hand away? I think the thing with Katie is that, like she's very frustrated with Tom. She's always put her second. So it's like she was always like vying. So, it's like that frustration. And the voodoo doll and wish that she could do it to him in real life. Most women going through a divorce feel that in real life. They may not articulate it, but they feel it. Coming to... I know I'm Captain Save-A-Ho today. Sorry. coming to Lala's defense. Lala wouldn't be the first person in the world that someone says that, they're not in a relationship with somebody, and they have to take them for the word for it. She and his wife weren't friends. They don't know. She doesn't know what he's telling his wife and vice versa. So just to be fair to her, she may not have known. Secondly, she had no obligation to his wife. He has an obligation to his wife. So the blame should be squarely on him.
What happened though with James Kennedy?
She had no obligation to Rachel, whatever she wants to call her. They weren't friends. They didn't even know each other like that. Lala has never... The difference between all of them, let's say even Ariana had cheated with Tom. Let's say. She's denied it, but let's say that happened. Ariana had no obligation to Kristen. She and Kristen weren't friends. With all of the ones that have gone through, they haven't been friends with each other. They become friendly after the fact. But during they weren't friends. The thing with that is a crawl in people's skin with Raquel is the fact that you were friendly with this woman. You were in her house. There's a possibility that you might have had sex in this woman's house while she was sleeping there. Come on now. That's just disgusting. I'm sorry. I have a lot more to say, but I know my 2 minutes up. See you next week. We'll be doing this again. Bye.
Thank you, Rasani. Bye. Okay, hold on. Whew. Okay, see, thank God for a timer. And maybe I'll be able to get through all the callers. Okay. Heathers, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, go ahead. Hi, it's my first time calling in. How are you doing?
This is your first time calling in?
Yes, like actually getting in.
Oh.
Well, not like that. But okay, so I do have a lot to say. I've been watching it since the first season because I was into the Housewives and everything like that. So I saw like how it crossed over, and I was like, "Oh, this is so awesome!" They just remind me, I just left my 20s, so I was like, "Oh, it's like living, that life again, but having the LA experience." So it was kind of like a soap opera, and seeing the progression of everyone's lives in the last 10 years now has been crazy. So I'm glad you started to rewatch it, but do not worry about Summer House or Winter House. Give it time. You don't need to watch that at all. Stick with the VPR. I am not happy they brought Kristen back. I don't think she needs to be on the air. I think they could have talked around her, and I am not surprised that Rachel got out of the reunion. So I do think, though, if her parents are smart, they should negotiate something and try to get their a payout, because I don't think she's going to be able to come back on the show. To be completely honest, I think it will be. Who's she going to film with? Just the Toms, unless they bring on some new people. But yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's worth it. But I stand for Ariana, of course. You will really like her, but she does have a really good growth in all of this. But I think she should have got rid of Tom long ago. Oh. But yeah, okay. I have a lot more to say, but of course, I think
you had 20 seconds.
Well, I just want to say I love the community. I love you.
Thank you.
You do a great job, and you're very professional. And I wouldn't have, been watching you for so long if you hadn't been so professional from the very beginning, because we cite our sources, and we like to be short and shady and respectful of everyone's opinion. So thank you.
That's why I always thought you called in before. I'm like, you haven't called in before? Because I was like, you've been around for forever. Okay. But I appreciate you calling in.
All right, but thank you.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye. Certain names I know. I see them all the time in the chat. But I could have sworn, but maybe not. We do get a lot of callers. All right. I do see some familiar names backstage. So let me get to the callers, because I know you guys have thoughts and I'm hungry. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well.
Kempire.
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. I love the callers because they've been spot on. But I just want to say, with your question with Garcelle, the one thing when you mentioned that, the one thing I could think of, Garcelle is being like a Juanita Jordan. She's staying out of that Larsa Pippen situation, because her son Oliver, he's old enough. It's not like he's 19 or 20, but he's 32, 33 now. So let him make his own mistakes. But going back to piggybacking off the rest of the callers, I've been watching this show since the beginning because I love LVP. And I'm going to bring up her house. That was my favorite house on Beverly Hills, because I wish I could have swans meeting me at the door.
That's a little scary, but it's pretty, beautiful. But it's a little scary. But
yeah. Yeah, it's a little scary. Yeah. And so the reason I started watching it is because of her. But the show has been messy since the beginning. It's like the new age soap opera. And when you look at it, and I know you still have to catch up on seasons, so you're trying to go through the chat and okay, what am I hearing here? Mm-hmm. But when you look at it, when you come to Stassi and Kristen and Katie, they were all mean girls at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And Scheana, she got caught up in that, and Lala too. So I feel like Scheana, what she's doing now, it's like the karma. she's using that type of energy to go against Katie. She's got something in the ball of her head. And then the fact of the matter, she's close to her ex-husband, Tom Schwartz. And then you got Lala, which trips me out, is because I'm going to give these women grace because we've all been at that age, because some of these women old enough to be my daughters, we all been 25 and 26. I know I'm going over the time, but I want to say with Raquel, I feel like she has an innocence there, but in the same way, you got to be careful with that. And I feel like James, what I've been saying all along, he's such a disgusting human being. I think he broke her down mentally, emotionally, and verbally. And that's why she's making the choices she's making today.
Wow. So
I think we've all kind of been with somebody halfway that way.
Thank God I haven't.
So what you said, I'm not excusing her.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. She needs therapy.
She needs deep therapy, and all of them do. And Tom Sandoval, if you look at it, if you go back to Kristen, that's why I say you go to the earlier seasons, how he broke her down, and it was just uncalled for. And then when she said last night, he's calling, James calling her mom a fat B. I'm like, see, that would have been it. We would have been knucking and bucking.
All right,
knucking and bucking. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Take care. See, you guys really update me in regards to the things that are happening, but I'm on season 3. Like I said, this weekend, I'm going to really, even tonight, after this live, I'm going to really try and get in there. Maybe by next week, I'll be on season 4. I'm hoping for every week to at least be on the next season, hopefully. I also need to get a life too, y'all. All right. What is it? Is it Quaint? Quaint Mine? Hold on. Is that your name? Quaint?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Hi, I just wanted to make a comment. I think what happened today, this incident is leaving a bad precedent, because after this, all the bad things they did, the mean girls, all the mean behavior, they were super cruel to Rachel. And now they are the victims. And now they are protecting Ariana by being extra mean. And now it's like a redemption for them. I'm not condoning Rachel. I'm just thinking it's a bad thing for everyone.
Yeah.
She made a very bad decision by betraying Ariana's trust, because she really did it. But that doesn't excuse the horrible things the other were doing to her. And I think they are gonna use this to look like the heroes.
That's what they're doing now.
Ariana. Yeah. I think it's really bad. And once it happens in every franchise of reality TV, I think it becomes more toxic and toxic as seasons go on. That was my comment. Like, I really think we should focus on this. Like, no one there is totally innocent, and none of them are saints. So everyone piling on Rachel for one thing doesn't mean she's the villain of the entire story.
No.
To me, it's something that we're not actually checking, we're not actually seeing, and that's what I wanted to comment.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Hold on. All right. Nicole, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Nicole? Nicole, are you there? I can't hear you, Nicole. Nicole, drop out and call back in. There might be an issue there. Kendall, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Kendall? Kendall? I can't hear Kendall either. Kendall, drop out and call back in. All right, Anthony, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Anthony?
Hey, Kempire.
Oh, there we
Anthony
go.
from Los Angeles, California. How are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
Good, thank you. At first, I want to say thank you for introducing me to this mess of Vanderpump Rules. I always heard of it, and I've always seen the places since I go to West Hollywood myself, but I don't know the history or the backstory to this. Plus, I keep hearing everybody's names through like social media and all that, but I've never seen it. So thank you, and also thank you to caller Janelle. I love the info and recap that she done, and also the recap list that you also shared during your video of the episodes. I've seen it, and I feel very caught up. So thank you for that.
Okay.
I'm still watching the past seasons, but I'm on season 2.
Okay.
So I just wanted to call in and say thank you for that. I love the show. I'm so invested into it now, even though I don't know fully everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm pretty caught up with everything.
I feel like I know what the cast of players, but watching the old season really adds a little bit, especially for this season. It adds a lot, an understanding into the group dynamics, and you can call them out on their BS because it's like, why are you acting this way when you did this back when? So that's how I feel.
Honestly, and this is very entertaining. Thank you so much again, and thank you to caller Janelle and all that. Thank you so much, Kempire.
Thanks, Anthony.
Let you know.
Take care.
Likewise.
All right. Let me try Nicole again. Hold on. Nicole, are you there? Nicole? Okay. Nicole, I don't know. Sometimes StreamYard doesn't work. V, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, V?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'll just make sure you can hear me.
Yep, I can.
So I was just clocking in to say that, as the last caller said, I appreciate you introducing me to the show. Between you, my best friend, Grace Report, and Janelle, I'm all in. I called last time I was in uniform, so I always have to call in to let you know I said hi and I love your channel.
Thank you.
I'm here to support, even if I'm in the replay crew. I appreciate all that you do.
Thank you.
And whenever I'm off work, I'm going to always call in, even if it's just to say hi.
And I appreciate that, V. And I'm glad you're enjoying the show.
Because of you. If you don't recap it, I'm not watching.
Oh! Can y'all say that? Can someone send that to Andy? Just saying.
I know he need to be paying you by now, for sure. We need to have some kind of promotion, okay? But yeah, I support you. I love you. I appreciate all you do. And next time I'm off, I'll call you again.
V, did you say you're in the service?
Yeah, remember,
yes.
I called in, I think, on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm in San Diego.
Yes, and thank you for your service and what you do.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Just saying. All right.
But you get me through my days, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, V. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You as well.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys are so sweet. Y'all gonna get me my feelings tonight. All right. Norma's backstage. We're gonna bring Norma up next. Norma, what is the report?
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. First of all, everybody who's in the chat, please hit the like button. Come on, let's support.
Thank you.
So I caught on this late. I just happened to open my computer and it said Kempire's live. So what I wanted to say is last night after the show, I watched or I saw a podcast with Lala. Now, she got all in her feelings because she was called a mistress and because of the Randall thing, and he was still married. But when they went to Vegas, she saw Oliver, and Lisa said that he was separated. What she admitted on this podcast was that she had been pining for Oliver since she saw him on The Real Housewife, and he was on with his wife and kid. So for her to come saying that she's all clean and stuff like that, no, she flirted with him. And I believe Raquel was right. Raquel, Rachel, whatever you want to call her, was right because she probably, got his attention over Lala's. So for Lala to act like she didn't know, that she didn't know who he was and stuff, she admitted that she had been after him. And she knows he's a married man. Mm-hmm. She went down that path with Randall. Now, here's the scoop with Raquel, because my son's fiance dated her. Or not dated her. Son's fiance was friends with her.
I was waiting a minute.
Yeah, I'm telling you, scandal that there wasn't there. So she was, all her school life, she was bullied by a bunch of kids. So I think that scene when she overhears the girls in the room and they're bullying her, that triggered her. And Lala admitted that last night on this podcast, she admitted that date, the all men's date that she crashed with Candy, whatever her name was, that was the first night that she and Tom started getting stuff going. That was the genesis of that. And she said, watch next week, you're going to see some stuff that's going to really curl your toes. So if that's true, who knows if that's Raquel's retribution? Like, you bitches are going to treat me like this? Watch this. And she went, I don't know. I could be wrong.
I mean, but why is she going to do that to Ariana?
Well, I mean, who knows? Because she's highly insecure. What my son's fiance said is that she is so insecure and she always needed affirmation from men. And people, I mean, her date would, her prom date like stood her up. And she was, and I told you that she was adopted by her aunt. Her mother gave her away when she was a baby. And so those parents that you see are not her biological, those are her adopted parents. And then she had a baby sister that they adopted. And when the little girl turned 10, they gave her back to the, adoption world, or I don't know where you return 10-year-old kids. But they gave her back. They didn't want to raise. So you see that Raquel has been surrounded by a lot of abandonment, a lot of, pushing away. And who knows where her mind is at. But I'm not defending her, but it could very well be that mean girl thing triggered high school drama or trauma. And that's where it's at. But it was said that that's the night that it started. So keep watching and see what unfolds. But Lala's not that innocent, and she's been making a lot of bank off of this, going from one podcast to another podcast. La 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 la.
And I
Where's
paid money
Ariana?
last week for the send it to Daryl. I'm a part of the problem.
That's all right. I just have to buy some of your merch to counter it. So I love you. You're the best.
Thank you,
I will
Nora.
stop everything if you're live.
Oh,
Everyone, don't talk too much. He's got to eat, and hit that like button.
Thank you, Norma. Take care.
Love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Oh, Kendall, perfect. Kendall, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can.
Awesome.
Hey, I have a couple of things. Why isn't anybody talking about how much money Sandoval spent on Rachel and James's engagement party? That was a couple of seasons ago, right before they broke up. And then they broke up on the reunion. So then Adam, he mentioned that whenever they film at SUR, they have several little trailers out back for the stars to like get ready in, and then they come inside and film. So Danny, is it Pellegrino? What is his last name? He was on Watch What Happens Live, and he kind of like flustered Andy about the reunion coming up. And Adam said that they believe there's a conspiracy that Scheana will be in one trailer 100 yards away. Rachel will be in another trailer. When Rachel leaves, then Scheana will come on because Scheana's an OG and stuff. And there was something else. I probably forgot it, so I'm going to get off here so somebody else can talk. But yeah, I still love you. You're my favorite show. Have a great day.
Thank you, Kendall. Take care, and thank you for the tea.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, I really do believe that Scheana's going to be at the reunion. They're going to figure out how they're going to be able to include her. But based off what I've seen of Scheana, I know it's only episode 6, but I'm watching these old seasons and I'm like, I'm so shocked that she's still here. However, I'm even more shocked that Katie's still here. But again, I'm only on season 3. Just saying. Anyways, thank you to everyone that called in. For those of you that didn't have an opportunity to call in, there's always next week. Same time, same place. I keep telling you guys, if you do not show up for this recap, I am not going to do it. I might just do a little pre-record. Just saying. But tomorrow, I am going to go live to recap the Real Housewives of Miami Part 2 recap live. Okay? But we're going to probably do it early, probably like 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. That will be tomorrow. I'm going to go watch the episode, and then I'm going to rewatch it again tomorrow, hopefully. So be here. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Turn on your notifications. Follow me on Twitter because I'm also posting there the notifications as well. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but your channel and other channels as well that cover Vanderpump Rules or reality TV or like we do here, every single thing in pop culture. So stay tuned and be sure to check out the video that I just dropped talking about Juan Dixon. Another story about Juan Dixon. A former athlete is coming out talking about how he was a terrible coach back then. I'm talking about his terrible record. Coppin State's confirming that he's gone, and Giselle is reacting to this new information. So be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. Mods, if we can drop it in the live chat, that'd be great as well, so people can get a quick link. And as Norma said, go get you some Kempire merch. Everything's available at TheKempire.com. Merch, our podcast, socials, everything's there. Or check out the description of this video. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you, Liz, for the super chat. Liz says, love you, Kempire. Thanks for recapping VPR. See, this is the only reason why I'm recapping, because you guys keep telling me you want me to recap it. So thank you, Liz. I appreciate the super chat. And Kendall, thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. She says, what about money Tom paid for Rachel's engagement, which she just brought up when she called in? I need to really look, I need to go back and watch all of these episodes. So along with going to have dinner, I need to go prioritize watching these episodes so I can be fully versed on Vanderpump Rules. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to our members of the channel. If you'd like to become a member, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. And shout out to the King's Guards. We could not do this without the King's Guards. All right. So be sure to say thank you to them. Thank you for all of you being here and taking time out of your day. I will see you all in the next live tomorrow for the Real Housewives of Miami. Turn on your notifications. And then I'll see you next week for Vanderpump Rules, our recap. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Let's get out of here with some music.
I know you feel it in the nighttime, and you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I don't need reasons to live. There's no reason to quit, it's all I know. So once again, I'm gone with the summer. Yeah. Gone with the summer. Once again, I'm gone with the summer. They be trying to count us out, we highly endowed. They must not know what's at stake, what we fighting about. This tradition to a wordsmith, the missile shooter. I'm my automatic sniper, I bet this'll do ya. I give reason and ether to all the line soldiers. I'm undefeated, my region remains on my shoulders. I've cried nights, that's only because of highlights. I find life in knowing I'm playing mine right. Wicked crimes from them wanna-be crowned. Try to lead me to the deep where I might cunningly drown. At times I thought they got me where they wanted me now. But like the sun, I rise up when I don't wanna be down, and that's real. I know you feel it in the nighttime, and you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I don't need reasons to live. There's no reason to quit, it's all I know. So once again, I'm gone with the summer. Yeah. Gone with the summer. They ain't never been eye to eye with Satan in the broad daylight. Gone left while they all sway right. A true maverick, unbothered by what y'all made right. A naysayer slayer, I'm filleting all daylight. Yeah, we in that upside down, I manage not to sink. They keep our eyes wide shut, I manage not to blink. Another decade or maybe they not faking. Maybe it's more to it, maybe we got taken advantage of. Either way, the damage is done. The bottom feeders get to eat all them glamorous crumbs. Where all them seekers of truth, the speakers of the youth. We come and go with the summers, keep believing in you. Yeah. I know you feel it in the nighttime, and you've given all your days while they were waiting on the right time. You went and made your wave. I don't need reasons to live. There's no reason to quit, it's all I know. So once again, I'm gone with the summer.